All right, hello class. Today we are going to learn about two strategies that we are going to use. These two strategies are going to be called close reading and leveled questions. And this is going to be by me, Bryce Miller, and my co-teacher, Sonia Martinez. So let's jump right into it. First off, I want every single student here to think about, have you ever read a story or a text that you did not understand? I know I have. All right. So, close reading is like being a little detective. So, we're all going to put our detective hats on and we are going to hunt for clues in the text. So, I want every single person here to discuss with a partner about a time that you read something the first time and you did not understand it. So, I will give every single student here a moment to do that. All right, let's come back to me. Heard some good conversation. All right, so let's keep going. So remember, we are little detectives. So put our little hat on and we are going to look for clues, everybody. So step one is we are going to read the text. Step two is we are going to look for clues. And in this example, step three, we are going to discuss with our partners. So let's take a look at the example I have. So the example is going to be the clouds wept all day. So I'll give everybody a moment to follow these steps. Make sure you look for the clue in there. Want to hear some discussions. Okay, let's come back to me. So I have three different answer choices. But first we are going to go over the clues. So can anybody raise their hand and tell me what the clue in this sentence could possibly be? Wept. That is correct. So, what does the clouds weeping all day mean? Can anybody tell me what wept means? Crying. That is correct. So, when we cry, we have little water droplets that come out of our eyes. So, if the clouds have little water droplets coming out, what could that possibly mean? So, I want you to raise your hand if you think it could be A. The clouds were crying. All right, and then we have B, it rained all day. Oh, got a lot of hands, okay, and then I have C, the clouds are hungry. Okay, so the correct answer is going to be B, it rained all day. So if the clouds have water droplets coming out of them all day, that is going to be your correct answer. So next, what is the purpose of close reading? So close reading is going to help us understand a text. Close reading is not about reading fast. Close reading is about reading smart. So remember, we are detectives. You don't want to quickly run through all your clues. We want to be thorough and we want to look at everything. So we have to read it slowly and read it smart. So, how do we use close reading? So, I have four little steps that we're going to go over. So, number one is going to be we are going to read the text just like my last example. Number two is we are going to make notes. So, can anybody tell me what that could look like? Circling, yeah. You can underline, you can highlight, you can write off to the side a little note or question. Number three, we are going to reread the text. And so when we reread the text, we are going to make sure we focus on those little parts, those clues that we saw that we made notes on. And finally, after we have reread the text, we're going to ask questions. So I have some example questions that you can ask yourself. Now, these may not be the only questions you can use, but these are just some good examples. So, number one, what is the author trying to tell me? Number two, why did the author use this word or phrase? Why did the author say the clouds wept as opposed to just saying the clouds are raining. It has rained all day. Number 3, how do the characters feel? Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they angry? And finally, what lesson or theme is the author trying to show us? All right, so now we're going to get into our next strategy. What are leveled questions? So, leveled questions, as we know in our school, we do not have all of our students fluent in English. We have students that come from all different walks of life, different languages, different cultures, and so us, your teacher, may ask them some different questions. So, as I stated, different students in our school are at different stages of learning English, and so we have the 4 different stages. The 4 levels are going to be pre-production, which means no words. They may point and they may gesture. Number 2 is going to be early production. So that is going to be 1 to 2 word answers. So very short, very small answers. Number 3 is going to be speech emergence. So this will be just short sentences. They may not be perfect sentences, but they can speak in small sentences. And finally, we have intermediate fluency. So this will be where a lot of you are at with long sentences and deep thinking. Okay, so next we are going to get into some leveled question examples that you may hear me ask some different students who are at different stages of their English learning. So, we have our 4 different stages. So our example is going to be the kids played on the playground. So at the pre-production stage, so they cannot speak any English, they cannot speak words, but they can point and they can gesture. So I may ask them to point to the word kids, and hopefully they can point to the word kids for me. Next was going to be the early production stage. So we, as teachers, are going to ask, are they playing or are they sleeping? And hopefully they will be able to understand and be able to tell me that the kids are playing. So they could say playing, they could give me 1 to 2 word answers, and they could answer me which one they are doing. Next is going to be speech emergence. So where are the kids playing? And hopefully at this stage, they can tell me that the kids are playing on the playground. And then finally, intermediate fluency. We can start asking them those hard, more difficult, deep thinking questions that we may have asked in our close reading section. So why do you think the author used the word play instead of another word, like maybe sit, or they climbed on the playground? So at an intermediate fluency level, those students will be able to have those deeper thinking and those longer answers as opposed to the other stages. All right, so finally, why do we use leveled questions, boys and girls? Can anybody tell me? Helps students feel included. Yeah, that's a great answer. I'll take one other. All right, helps them learn English. Yes, those are both very correct. So, the reason we use leveled questions are 1, it's to make sure all the students, no matter their English level, can join in the classroom. Next, it is going to help students build their English confidence step by step. So as they improve, we're going to keep going down the stages until they are fluent and they can answer those more deep thinking, tricky questions. Next, it helps encourage those students and encourages more participation and engagement from them, because we as a classroom want everybody to feel included and to engage. Finally, it gives me, your teacher, a way to check understanding between all of you students fairly. So, I want to be as fair as possible, but not everybody's at the same level, and that is okay. So this gives me a way to check it fairly between everybody. So next we are going to go to Miss Sonia, who's going to dive into some more examples and go a little more in depth. Thank you so much, boys and girls.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sonia Martinez, and my collaborative partner is Bryce Miller. We are doing the strategies close reading and leveled questions. I would like to go ahead and get started with just a little bit about close reading and leveled questions. They work together to help students to understand difficult texts and move towards a more in-depth analysis of the text. Questioning at different levels provides students at different reading levels a way to access close reading in a structured way. This approach fosters critical thinking and encourages students to engage with the text on multiple levels, enhancing their overall comprehension. By integrating various questioning techniques, educators can tailor their instruction to meet the diverse needs of their classroom. Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see everyone here today. I have a very short story for us. Just a reminder, this is our first reading. We will be listening to understand and listening for new words and phrases, or small groups of words that are new to you, or all of us. Our title of our story is The Wind and the Sun by James Baldwin. Once, the wind and the sun had an argument. "I am strong. I am stronger than you," said the wind. "No, you are not," said the sun. And just at that moment, they saw a traveler walking across the road. He was wrapped in a shawl. The sun and the wind agreed that whoever could separate the traveler from his shawl was stronger. The wind took the first turn. He blew with all his might to tear the traveler's shawl from his shoulders. But the harder he blew, the tighter the traveler gripped the shawl to his body. The struggle went on till the wind's turn was over. Now it was the sun's turn. The sun smiled warmly. The traveler felt the warmth of the smiling sun. Soon he let the shawl fall open. The sun's smile grew warmer and warmer, hotter and hotter. Now the traveler no longer needed the shawl. He took it off and dropped it on the ground. The sun was declared stronger than the wind. Nice. So let's talk a little bit about the story, and what you thought of the story. What do you think? Did anyone like the story? Or did anyone, what did you think about the story? Let's see. How about Lorena? Nice. Lorena said, you liked the story. Why did you like the story? Because the sun was stronger. Okay, nice. Nice. You like that the sun is stronger than the wind. Oh, you don't like the wind. Okay, thank you. How about Alejandro? What did you think? Okay. So you like the wind. Why do you like the wind? You wanted the wind to be the stronger one, and you think the wind is stronger. Oh, yeah, because the wind can break things. You're right. The wind can be strong too. You're right. Okay, thank you. Nice. So let's see. Who can tell me who were the characters in the story? The characters in the... Oh, Ariel, the sun. The sun was a character. You're right. The sun was a character in the story. How about, I see Madeline raising her hand. What do you think, Madeline? Who was another character? Okay, the traveler. There was a traveler. There was somebody else. There was a traveler in the story. You're right. Okay. And the wind. Okay, nice. Thank you very much. Those were the characters in the story. Let's see. Can someone tell me something that happened in the story? Okay. Okay. There's George. What do you think, George, what happened in the story? You're right. The wind was trying to take off, was blowing hard and trying to get the traveler to take off the shawl. Nice. Okay. Thank you. So let's go on and let's say, did anyone hear any new words? Any new words from the story that you want to talk about? Okay. Struggle, that was a word. Struggle, that's a new word. What does that mean in the story? What did that mean, struggle? While the wind, you're right, Alejandro, the wind was blowing and blowing hard so that the traveler could take off his shawl, but he wouldn't. You're right. He kept holding on and he was holding on, and that was the struggle for him to keep it on because the wind kept trying to take it off of him. You're right. That was a struggle. Nice. Thank you. Were there any other words? Oh, hi, Lorena. Lorena, what do you think? Declared. Oh, another new word, declared. What do you think that means? What was declared? How did you understand that word to mean? That the sun won, so the sun was stronger, so, and the wind wasn't strong like the wind that day, so he was the one that was stronger that day. You're right. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. So those were some new words, some vocabulary. Struggle and declared. Nice. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Yay. So we just finished our second reading, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our story, The Sun and the Wind. So who can tell me what the argument was about in the story? What was the argument? The argument was who could, thank you, Alejandro, who could take the shawl? Who could make the traveler take the shawl off? You're right. They wanted to see who was the stronger, who could have the traveler take his shawl off. You're right. Nice. So my next question is, how did each character try to win? How did the characters try to win in the story? How did the sun try to win? The sun was trying to, you're right, the sun used its heat. That the sun is hot, so it used its heat to try to get the traveler to get his shawl off. You're right. How about Madeline? What do you think? Well, the wind was trying to get the traveler to take his shawl off as well. Nice. So by pulling it and by using the wind and its force to have him take it off. You're right. So those are things that they were using to get the traveler to take off his shawl. You're right. So let's see. My next question is, who won? Who was the strongest? And what did he do to have the traveler take off his shawl? George, you said that he used the wind. You're right. So, and the sun was, first it was warm. You're right. Ariel, it was warm, and then it just got hotter and hotter until the peddler or the traveler took his shawl off. Nice. Thank you very much. So now we just finished our third reading. We have talked about the sun and the wind and their traits and how they used them to win a competition of who could get the traveler to take off his shawl. So to take off his shawl, how can we apply this to our own lives? How can we apply this to our own lives? What are traits? I just used the word traits, and we've been talking about the sun and the wind. What are their traits? Lorena, the sun's traits are that it's hot. It makes things hot. It makes our planet hotter. You're right. That's the sun's trait, is to keep us warm, and it uses heat. You're right. It's the sun. Oh, Ariel, you said you want to say you don't want to talk about the wind. Sure, the wind blows. It can be, you're right, it can be soft and it can be very strong. Those are the traits of the wind. You're right. Those are things that they have. That's their traits. That's about what they have, what they can do. So how can we apply this to our own lives? Lorena, thank you. You're right. We all have strengths and we all have traits, and those are our strengths. You're right. That's one of the things that we do have, like the sun and the wind. Those are their traits. We have our traits. Oh, Lorenzo, those are like superpowers. You're right. Those are superpowers. We all have our own traits and we have superpowers that we can use to change things, to make a difference. You're right. Those are what makes us strong. Yay. Thank you very much, everybody. You got this.